Did you first feel like, oh yeah, school's over?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
kind
no,
of
at
cool.
first it's like super exciting. And then once you start realizing spring break, go have fun, like school's out, it's like, well, this is rough.
It's no exaggeration to say that the coronavirus has literally affected everyone, from working class professionals, soccer moms, and even high school students like Ayden. But the types of changes that students are facing today do require a little bit of context. So here's what Ayden's normal used to look like.
Well, basically, my job is to connect the church family, the two schools, and our greater battleground community together, right? And see how we can most effectively work together and achieve really great things. And so kind of just like a facilitator.
That's cool.
The one thing that I've done consistently throughout the year, because usually it's just working on different projects, but one thing is a high school Bible study. So it started out as a high school guys Bible study, but then we also have a girls group. And basically every Tuesday we meet downstairs and we just kind of talk, right? And it's been really good.
Initially, students were pulled out of class when the stay-at-home orders first came down. And of course, most students thought, hey, this is great news. But it wouldn't take very long for them to realize that this wasn't quite the case.
Oh man. Well, we ended school early, so that was wild.
Did you first feel like, oh yeah, school's over?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
kind of
no,
cool.
at first it's like super exciting. And then once you start realizing like not only like things with school, like the deadlines you're supposed to meet, it becomes kind of like, oh, is it this, or I don't know, it just becomes all blurred and everything. No one really seems to have direct answers. And so that's kind of chaotic with all of it. And then also just like missing that social aspect is really big, you know, for a lot of people.
Yeah, because
And
you're
for
not
me-
allowed to really interact with all your friends, at least not in person, right?
Yeah, so it's not like spring break, go have fun, like school's out. It's like, well, this is rough.
Yeah.
We're kind of stuck now, you know.
What's the hardest aspect of that?
I mean, there's a lot. Like I'm particularly someone who just enjoys people, right? I like knowing people and hearing about them. And so when it's like you have to not do that for a while, it's really, I don't know, it's an odd feeling because for me, I'm someone who's always trying to find new people and like, I don't know, hear more about people's stories. But then when for a little while you're just not able to be like updated on people's lives and stuff, and it's hard to connect with people, it's just, I don't know, it's a lot different. Like social media is really good, right? And in this time, like we're able to use it in really effective ways and be able to come up with some of that connection. But I mean, for me, it still feels like there's a really big aspect missing even through social media.
Yeah, for sure. As you're talking with your high school friends, what are some of the things that you guys are saying as reflections of everything that's been happening over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, there's definitely mixed emotions. A lot of people are just really upset that they're not able to like hang out with each other anymore, right? That's like the biggest one, is a lot of people are just like bored and want to do things. But then some people are scared of the virus, you know, which makes sense. But I feel like that's less talked about. But for some people, it's like a genuine like, oh snap, this could be really big.
Yeah, where do
You
you
know?
fall on that spectrum?
Probably about right in the middle. For a while, it was definitely severely just like bored, want to be able to do things, want to be able to connect with people more. But recently it's been like, well, what if like, what are the things that I'm doing that could be affecting other people in a really negative way? Like,
Yeah,
right? Like, I
for
feel
sure.
like it's like the gravity of it kind of has been hitting me recently. Like I could go hang out with some friends and then come home and maybe I had it and I spread it to them, and then their like parents or grandparents are now have this virus and it's really bad.
Yeah.
You know?
With all the cautions being shouted from the rooftops, it's very easy to focus only on what we're not supposed to do. Don't go outside, don't meet up with friends and family members, and whatever you do, do not touch your face. But in moments like these, it's important to remember that there are many things that we still can do.
The way we connect with people and the places that we put our time and energy into, right? Like if I were to be going to school every day, I would be putting time and energy into talking to people, into doing physical, like I don't know, like running, like I don't know, activities that you do with other people. And now you kind of have to shift. And I feel like for me, I've looked more to my family, right? Because you have to like spend a lot more time with them and look at where you've been going wrong and repairing relationships, because you have to spend a lot more time with them, and seeing how you can become a better family unit, and seeing how you can incorporate more social time with them, because you're not going to get it other places. Like I didn't realize that it was a problem before everything happened, but then now that it's right in my face, I'm like, oh snap. I've been doing things wrong for a while now. I just haven't been seeing it. I felt like earlier in the year, before everything, I was in a really good place, and I was able to I was starting to like get my life under control, and so I was able to like take time out for devotions and stuff, and it was good. But then when all this hit, like I feel like I got super distracted, and like I was like very stressed. And so originally, before things were more extreme, I would like try to avoid it, right? Try to like go spend the night at a friend's house, go do this, go do that, and just keep my mind off of everything. And so I feel like while I was running away from the stress, I was also running away from my faith and from taking that time. But yeah.
And now?
Well, I mean, not much has changed. I'm still kind of in that indecision, confusion, trying to get back to a new normal. You know?
No, I appreciate that. That's super honest. And I think that a lot of us, we have that response when things get hectic. Many of us have experienced some type of earth-shattering change, and many more of us with the coronavirus. But one thing that's unique about Ayden's position is that as a spiritual leader, he has to handle things with a little bit more poise and grace. And so I wanted to know, how does a young leader like Ayden juggle all the different responsibilities that he has?
Honestly, it makes me kind of worried, right? Because I'm here trying to figure out like my personal stuff. Let's use Bible study for example. They've been coming every single week to this Bible study, and it's been an outlet for them. And now that's gone. And maybe they're feeling a similar way that I do. And I feel like I need to get back into the headspace where I can better help them have an outlet again. And so I don't know, it's a mixture between worried and then also hopeful that I'll be able to figure something out and that it'll be good.
The honesty and transparency that Ayden is sharing is quite refreshing. What he's going through is not unique. More and more friends of mine in ministry are sharing that not only are they stressed out, but sometimes it feels like they're getting to a breaking point. And so as hard as it might be for us to admit it, we need to be okay saying that we don't have everything together. God is patient with us, and when we can't take care of ourselves, He's the one who takes care of us. And so while things might feel completely out of control, what Ayden is reminding me is that there are certain things that we do have control over today.
Think about my actions and place them wisely, because this whole thing is limiting them. And I want to make sure that the things I do are the right ones, and not to do too much because it's complicated. But making sure that what I do put my effort into is something worthy of it. And making sure that it's something that's not completely about me, making sure it's something that will benefit others because others are hurting, you know.
As paradoxical as it might sound, I really think Ayden is onto something. That somehow the key to remaining sane in all of this is to actually put the needs of others before ourselves. The book of Proverbs had a statement to this idea, that it was the generous who would truly prosper, and that by refreshing others would our soul then be refreshed. I can't tell you what that looks like. Obviously, the context of your situation will determine it being somewhat different, but for Ayden, it's putting community first, bringing people together and caring for those around him.